Around the turn of the 20th century, the rush for homesteads was slowing considerably. To farmers, the remaining lands in wide swaths of the West were non-starters. The General Land Office described these lands as arid, broken, mountainous, or grazing in character. These lands, charitably labeled as grazing in character, set the backdrop for the great open spaces we treasure today. Back then, the leftover landscapes weren't very pretty. Ranching in the early 1900s was a classic case of the tragedy of the commons. Everyone with cattle or sheep grazed their livestock on the open range, but the helter-skelter approach to manage foraging livestock triggered significant depredation of the very tool that supported their existence. Even as early as 1900, ranchers were advocating for the federal government to take a managed approach to public land grazing, but it took a while. For the next 20 years, Congress and ranchers worked together to establish the best system to manage livestock grazing on public land. Like the landscapes, the solution was prickly, and sometimes as hard to find as a desert mirage. In 1924, the Department of the Interior won the responsibility to administer grazing leases, though Congress did not pass the Taylor Grazing Act for 10 long years. That landmark law sought to stop injury to the public grazing lands by preventing overgrazing and soil deterioration, to provide for their orderly use, improvement, and development, and to stabilize the livestock industry dependent upon the public range through lease of the public domain to stock raisers. The biggest step in resolving the issue of livestock grazing on public lands came in 1946, when Congress merged the Grazing Service and the General Land Office to form the Bureau of Land Management. Today, the BLM manages roughly 245 million acres of land for multiple uses while conserving the natural, historical, and cultural resources that we all treasure.